because my folks, they recognize what goes on. They are clear on the fact that, like for example, when the Minister for the Law and Justice and I met a few days ago, we basically met for like 10 Earth hours. We knocked out a lot of things because every 7-day Earth cycle we do convene the Imperial Council, but the big meeting is once a month here in the Garden of Medina. That's the the next time we convene the big meeting, it will be after Moor's Reemergence Day, coming in a few days. And the reason why we had to sit for 10 hours and go over so much stuff, we're getting through the legislative agenda for the next, basically, 45 Earth days. Because we know we're coming back to my favorite time of the Earth year. Right after Moor's Reemergence Day is when we're in the first stages of budget negotiations for the next Earth year's fiscal budget. And so, as usual, there's a whole series of things that have to be looked at just to get ready for that. We gotta get up for that type of thing. I know that a lot of folks on the outside looking in must look at how we proceed and probably scratch their head like, I don't get this and don't get that. Or we might look at, we might make things look a little easy. But if you basically just sit and watch as we go do what we gotta do, you'll find it's not easy. It ain't no walk in the park type thing. This is some serious work. And basically, my duties, obligations, and responsibilities are expansive, they're extensive, and take up a lot of my time. But when it comes down to presentation of a fiscal budget and then having to shepherd that to get it to the point where the legislative body can do their constitutional duty, and as I've said before to folks, the real stuff don't really begin until folks start going through the line items. And there's particular things in the legislative agenda that has connotations and denotations and influences over what would happen in the budget negotiation process. So this is where the politics of things come into play. And you have the various factions, if you would, that are going to be jockeying for position during the course of the budget negotiations, and all the things that happen in the other parts of the Imperial government meetings, whether I like it or not, whether the Grand Wazir, who's the supervisor of the Imperial Council, whether he likes it or not, whether any of us like it or not, the budget negotiation colors, as they say, everything. It touches everything. Because folks who are looking to negotiate with other council members to see things their way, they may be allies on one issue, and yet other parts of what they have to do legislatively, they may not be on the same side on. So it could be a delicate scenario. And hey, I just present it, and I ease her back, and I wait and see what they do. This is what good governance is supposed to do. My constitutional duty is to present it and then run, get out of the way. But this time of the year, basically, right after Moor's Reemergence Day, for the next 5 Earth months, and hopefully less than that, well, it's crunch time in terms of doing this work. And we find out who's who and what's what. And with the economic issues being what they have been, in the previous budget negotiations and legislation, the the one who actually started and ended particular things is the Minister for the Interior. Correction, the Minister for the Customs. Excuse me. And the Grand Noble, he made some valid points, and certain things he did say were in fact accurate. Matter of fact, some of our exports have basically been our saving grace, if you would. Other things that are falling flat, but nonetheless, we can see where certain things are. But at the end of the day, it's going to be, I think, on the coming budget negotiations, it's going to be a little bit of a different mixture now, because there's economic constraints across the board. And we're going to see where certain things go. I can tell you this at the same time, though. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do the work. I don't complain about it. The only thing I complain about is I'm tired. And I'm very, very, very sleepy right now because I'm sleep deprived because of all the work that we have to do. Not to mention the fact I was on a very long conference call and did some counseling and a few other things that I had to take care of. And before I knew it, I was up. Very, 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 very late. And I'm tired right about now. But the work has to get done. And so I ante up and I kick in. Because I insist that all of us ante up and kick in. But if I'm not prepared to do the work of showing forth the example of what ante up and kick in actually means, well, but I have to do that. Because self-reliance for our folks is, as I've been saying, not an option. It is an absolute requirement. But that requires everybody sacrificing. Everybody doing the due diligence. Everybody putting in the work. This is no prima donna situation. This is everybody has to ante up and kick in and make it do what it do. And it starts in my jurisdiction here within the Amexem-Moor-Empire. We make it plain to everybody. Look, if you're in a command position, you're the first one in and the last one out. And that's all there is to that.